It's been raining all day, and this is the first time I've been able to get out. Let's just go for a walk up towards the rocks here, and then we're going to go all the way down the beach, which is 3 k's long. Still the middle of winter here, and it's cold at my place, but down the beach here I'm just walking in a pair of boardies. Yesterday when I was at Snapper, I was dressed up and oh god, it was hot. So that's Fingal Headland straight in front of us. And all these rocks in front of us is called the marbles. That was all laid there by volcanic activity from Mount Warning, or Mount Warning's the plug, but that is just to the west of us. So we're coming up on the headland, just out to sea. That's Cook Island. As you can see, it's quite overcast and getting ready to rain again. I have an umbrella just to make sure my equipment doesn't get wet. And then we're going to turn around when we get to these rocks, and we're going to walk down to the other end of the beach, which is 3 k's. Quite overcast, but there's a bit of blue sky up there. Let's just get that blue sky and make it look a bit more appealing. So that looks pretty nice. Headland, Cook Island. Looks like Cook Island is under a little bit of either low cloud or a bit of rain, so hopefully I don't get too wet. But that's about 1 kilometre offshore. We paddle our lifesaver boards out there sometimes, and that's also where the hey Rebecca, that's where the turtles hatch out there. They live out there. They mate out there. So that's Cook Island. We'll come back around. All this in front of us, they're called the marbles, and that came from a volcanic activity millions of years ago. And that's Fingal Headland. So we'll just turn around and we're going to walk the whole length of this beach, which is 3 kilometres long. So let's go for a walk. When we get up a bit further, we're right in the township here, or the little hamlet as they call it. But once we get down a little bit, we'll be able to see eagles. There'll be seagulls everywhere. Hi Willow, how are you? Ocean. Were you going to go out on a diving trip to Cook? They have a lot of diving trips out there. I don't know if you can see just outside, out this side, there's some whitewash outside the island. That's looking out to Fido's Reef. And that's where they have all the loggerhead turtles out there. So we'll just head up the beach. As you can see, we've had a lot of erosion here. All the erosion has brought out all the marbles, and there's a lot of the water temp is probably about 19-20 degrees, so it doesn't get very cold here. Unless you live here, then it becomes very cold. But if we go down further south, hello mate, watching from Phoenix. Hey Smitty, good to see you. So we're going to go for a walk along this beach. We have some really good fishing along this beach. We have nice holes where you can pick up some nice brim, flathead. We've also had the mullet running at the moment, so we've had the pro fishermen down on the beach. They've been catching mullet, and we've had a few tailor running as well. So we've had over the school holidays we had a lot of fishermen coming down shoulder to shoulder, just pulling in all the tailor. So I hope this is showing up all right. Bro, he has the most American accent ever. Smitty. Oh, Griffin Bobby. Who has the most American accent? Can't be me. Hello, Gulf Island Rock, waving from the Gulf Islands. So which Gulf? Oh, I don't mean to be ignorant. Or whereabouts are the Gulf Islands? So directly in front of us there's two people standing in the water and they're just twisting. They're looking for pippies, which are a shellfish that lives in the sand. Hello, Real Madrid. Are you a football lover with that name, Real? Salt Spring Island off far southwest coast of British Columbia. Oh, beautiful. We've always wanted to come over to Canada and get over there and see your orcas and all that wildlife. It'd be beautiful over there. So these guys directly in front of us, they're looking for pippies. So when the tide's going out or just slightly coming in from the low tide, you stand down there and you just twist, and that brings the pippies out of the sand. I don't know if they're going to use them for bait or they're going to cook them up. So it's been raining here all morning, so I haven't been able to do the early live stream. But we've had a bit of a break. Have a look back at Cook Island. So it looks like it's clearing out there, but on the video it doesn't look like it's clearing. Hello, Gibran Alvarez, Donald Trump supporter. I try not to talk about politics, can get some people offside. So we'll just talk about the beach here. This beach is 3 kilometres long. We've had a lot of erosion. We've actually had a high tide last night, a big high, and a bit of swell. So one of our, hey Summer, how are you? We had the big tide and we've got this huge tree down here. We used to call that first tree, and it is now fallen over. Erosion's got to it and it's now laying down flat. JJ J&J in the candy cab, Joseph Reed. Did IHOP happen upon Australia? Oh, I'm not sure what that means. But they're the people there. They're looking for pippies. They must have one now. They're trying to get it open. Let's come back around. So this is 3 kilometres of beach, and there are 4 people on this beach, the whole 3 kilometres. So there's those 2 people behind me. That's the caravan park just there. So I'd say they're staying at the caravan park, and they've just come to get some pippies. And there's one person in front of me about 500 metres away. Yes, I am in Australia, mate. I'm right at Fingal Beach, which is right on the border of Queensland and New South Wales on the coast, on the east coast. So just over the other side, when we get to the rock wall up here, we'll have a look, but that's, if you ever heard of it, it's Durambar. Around the corner from Durambar, you have Snapper, the Superbank, Greenmount, Kira. So we've got some world-class breaks just around the corner. So this is our nice little bit of serenity over here. All untouched. All this land is owned by the Far North Coast, the local Aboriginal Lands Council. So nothing can be built here. It'll be like this forever. So, which is really good. What are peeps? What are peppies? Oh, pippies. Sorry, P-I-P-P-I-S. So pippies are a shellfish. So I'll just find a shell. Usually there's hundreds of shells along the beach here. The crabs dig them up as well. Okay, so here is a pippy. Hello, Barbara. That's a pippy shell. And there's one on the other side, and they have a nice bit of meat on the inside. So that's a pippy. So here's another shell. So I'll try and do this one-handed. So it's pretty hard one-handed, but that's how they come out of the water. That point there, that's where the muscle is, and that's what holds it together. And it just goes through the water, through the sand, actually cleans the sand, same as all the beach worms. The beach worms along here clean the sand, and that's what gives us such a healthy beach along this bit of the coast. Now a clam or an oyster. Very close to a clam or an oyster, correct. A lot smaller. And an oyster lives on a rock, and it's only one-sided. So if you can, well, the ones over here anyway, you can rip the top off it, and then you've just got the meat there. I don't really like the taste of them. My father used to come and get them. He used to bring home a couple of hundred when he'd go out and get oysters. And we used to have oysters for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and my God, you used to get sick of eating oysters. Okay, so haven't seen much bird life at the moment. Let's look around here. Over on Cook Island, that's where Cook Island, that's where the terns and the seagulls nest. And there'll probably be 3,000 to 4,000 of them living over there. And we've got a couple of eagles, and they'll go over there every morning for breakfast, and then they'll come back over at dinner time, and they'll just pick off one bird, take it back to the nest and have their dinner. So there's 2 families, so 4 eagles will go over there daily. And they'll do 4 trips. And pick up 4 birds and take them back. It's nature at its best. So you'll see the eagle brings back a seagull or a tern, and then following after it will be 5 or 6 seagulls trying to smash the Wisman, how are you? They're trying to smash the eagle to get him to drop the seagull that's just killed. It's quite sad, but it's just nature. They've got to eat. If it wasn't for that rookery, we wouldn't have eagles around here, because they need to be able to eat. So that island, Cook Island, I'll just turn around and show you again. Up on the very top of the island, that's in the old time, that's where there was a male's meeting place. So they don't really like people up on top of the island. And there's also a lot of holes there where the birds live in the holes. You can land on the island and go around the bottom on the rocks. So it's exactly the same as the rocks around the headland. Oh, you can see the rainbow out there. But yeah, it's pretty frowned upon. We've got buoys or buoys all around that island, so you can go out there in your boat or your jet ski and just tie off. and just have a swim with the loggerhead turtles. It's quite impressive out there. So we've got a little bit of coral out there as well. Not very much, but a bit, because it's a little bit too far south of the Great Barrier Reef, and the coral likes a little bit more warmer water. I'm surprised we haven't seen any eagles. We've also got some black cockatoos. We have these trees just here. They're called banksias. So when they're in flower, we have a lot of black cockatoos around here eating the nuts and the seeds off the she oaks. The sun's coming out, beautiful. Any great whites? Hey Dave, Horizon, yeah, how are you? Are there any great whites? Yes, we have great whites off here all the time. New South Wales now has, on 51 beaches in New South Wales, we have drones that fly there every day over the school holidays, from 9 o'clock in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. And their job is just to look for whites or any sort of shark and let the patrol know so they can get people out of the water. We have 3 sharks that we target here, that are the great whites, tiger sharks and the bull sharks. And if we see one of those sharks within 300 metres of the flags, or swimming towards the flags, then the water will be evacuated. We then put a IRB, rescue boat, on the water and try and move the shark back out to sea. We have jet skis that can come up and assist as well. But the best thing to do is just clear the water, and then we drive along the beach here in our SSV. Hi Cliffo, how are you, mate? We drive along in our side-by-side vehicle and just clear the water for the whole length of this 3-kilometre beach. And we've got the sun coming out now, so it's getting a bit warmer. So what I do, I put out 3 to 4 live streams every week. I put out a short video, a YouTube short, which is either on surfing or foil surfing, and I put 1 to 2 videos, like documentaries, out every month. So if you consider subscribing, that would really help the channel. The docos I've done at the moment, we've got all the humpbacks moving from Antarctica north, and they're heading up to Fraser Island, which is about, I don't know, maybe 800 to 1,000 kilometres north of us. Maybe not that far, maybe 600 to 800. And they give birth up there, and then they were made as well. And we also have great whites that follow the migrating whales, and we also have seen, how are you? We also have had orcas, or killer whales, following them as well. And one of the whale watching boats had a spectacle one day. The orcas menaced this baby and mother for a couple of hours until the baby drowned, and then all the orcas do is eat the tongue and the lower jaw of the whale. So they killed the entire whale just for the they just killed it for the jaw. But then the whale will eventually sink to the bottom, and then that will build up the crab population, which has been fished out in this area. So we have, then we'll have more crabs. So that's just nature as well. I'm not a lifeguard, it's called a lifesaver. The lifeguards are the paid people, so we're volunteers. So I do that over the Christmas holidays, J&J. Any surfers out there? No, Cliff. No surfers. It's a bit wild and woolly. I checked out D-bar on the cam. That didn't look very good either. I didn't see hardly anybody out at Snapper either. But the swell definitely has kicked down here, Cliff. Still no eagle sightings. You can see this tree directly in front of us out there. That's the one that got eroded away and fell over last night. So that used to be called First Tree. So that's a local name for it. So if we had a rescue and we was up this end of the beach, we'd say it's up at First Tree. As we get around First Tree, you will see a lot of trees and stumps that have been washed away from all the beaches in far northern New South Wales, and they've been deposited on our beach here. So this is a nice little hole here just in front of us. So we've got a sandbank just here, and all that sand moves forward. It's that's the way the sand moves on the east coast of Australia. So the sand drifts north, and it's made a big hole here. And if people don't understand the ocean, they go in the water with their kids because it looks so beautiful. They jump in here. They don't realise that the sweep is going to take them out to sea that way. So the sweep and rip is trying to go back out that way, and that's where people come in distress. Still no eagles. I don't know where they all are. They must be having a sleep after a big brekkie. Tide's coming in, so it's washing around First Tree again. I hear it's supposed to rain a lot again tomorrow, Cliffo, even more than today, so we might have to make it another date, or when you get back from OS. So that's the tree that just fell over last night. So look at the size of that root system. That, if I stand beside it, that root, that will be about 10 foot in the air. So that's how much it's just fallen. Swing around. So that's a very large tree. That's a she oak. So that's what the black cockatoos, they'll go and eat the nuts and the seeds off this tree, which is called the she oak. So we'll go around the front of that. So that's a beautiful little hole there for swimming and fishing. All right, let's continue on. I don't know if you can see that. There's a grey crane just up there. He's not moving. He's trying to be very quiet. Let's see if I can point him out to you. He's just there. Let's see if I can sneak a bit closer. He's really watching me. I'll try not to bother him too much. So if you can see that two stainless steel things there, he's just to the right of that. You'll see him slowly walking through the bush. You'll see his white face. There he is, in all his glory. All right, the sun's coming out, starting to get a bit hot now. All right, let's keep heading up the beach. So if we just look here, you'll see all the trees that's been washed away. You can see how far that erosion there, that low stuff, that's probably 2 to 3 foot, nearly a metre high, and that all happened overnight. No, we don't have hurricanes down here, or sometimes we get tornadoes, but very unlikely here in Australia. We get what's called a cyclone. You just got hit by lightning, Travis. I hope you're okay, mate. Not you personally, I hope. Maybe the tree beside you. But yeah, that gets fairly loud when it hits the ground close by. Makes the hair stand up as well. You're having a bad day, Travis. Do I have fortnight? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I saw the crane. Thank you, J&J. So that tree that just fell over, that was what we call first tree. This next big clump of trees, that's second tree. So little markers along here that we know. We've got some kingfishers over here. So kingfishers are part of the kookaburra species. There's one sitting just on that branch there. It's at the top of that. Travis, mate, you're having a shocker. So that's a blue kingfisher. I probably won't be able to see his colours, but he's actually iridescent greeny blue. There he goes. So that was the male because it's more colourful than the female. There's a... there they are. There's must be 10 of them up there, males and females. Beautiful. Let's keep going along. Oh, looking back, that's nearly a good photo there. We've got the island, the headland, a tree in the foreground and the rainbow. Looks beautiful. That's true, J&J. We have actually had some people up on Mount Warning one day, and they slept over in Mount Warning overnight in their tent, and the lightning storm came through, and the boyfriend had his foot on a tree, and that tree got hit by lightning, and that electrocuted him and killed him. So very unlucky if you get hit by lightning. So that's second tree. You might be covered in the ashes of what you've been smoking there, Travis, with all that bad stuff that's been happening to you. So you can see on the beach we've got a lot of old stumps that have been washed around from South Beach and clogging up the beach, but they'll eventually get covered over, and that'll assist in holding the beach together when the sand moves north again. So if you haven't heard before, and you're under a tree fishing, maybe move away from the tree. That's what the lightning will hit, Travis. But yes, I do 3 to 4 live streams every week. I also do one short, YouTube short, every day at 6 p.m. East Coast of Australia time. That's on surfing or foil surfing, and then I try to do 1 to 2 documentary videos every month. So as I said before, we got the humpbacks migrating north, and I was out there with my drone the other day, getting some nice footage of a mother and a calf, and then another couple of whales were relaxing out to sea. So check them out, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would really help the channel. Alright, we're about, let's say, nearly halfway along the beach now. driftwood. Yes, they could be driftwood, but none of them are grade. They aren't aged like normal driftwood. So this stuff has just come off South Beach. So you see how they're not, they're starting to get a bit of weathering at the top here and turning grey. But all the other stuff is just what's fallen in these, in this erosion up here. You can see all the trees that have fallen, same as first tree back there. Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel just to help my channel out and try and build it. But like I said, I'm going to do 3 to 4 live streams every week. If you look back in the past ones I've done, I've just been down to Sydney, did 2 live streams from Sydney Harbour, looking over the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge and Opera House. I've been Fingal, Snapper. I did a walk between Kira and Froggies and Snapper yesterday. Hi again, Travis. So I'm the only person. It's about 1.5 kilometres that way, and there's not another person on the beach. And if we look around this way, there's not another person on the beach. So I'm the only person on this beach for 3 kilometres. So this is just beautiful down here. And as I said before, the local Aboriginal Lands Council owns all this land. So nothing will ever get done to this land. So that's good. So my daughter and hopefully her kids and then their kids will grow up at Fingal just as I have, seeing Fingal in all its beauty. Hi Janet, how are you? Where are you in this beautiful world of ours? So if you just joined us, Janet, we're doing a walk from Fingal Headland, and we're going to walk 3 kilometres along this beach all the way up to that rock wall up there, which is called the south wall of the Tweed River. So we'll have a look at the Tweed River. The tide's just starting to come in, so it should be a nice view up there, nice fresh water coming in. Coober Pedy, California, Monterey Bay. Well, good morning to you. Coober Pedy, what's the weather like down there? Did you get any of the floods that just came through the Channel Country, John Boy? I was out west at Thargomindah for the floods. I spent 10 days out there. There was so much water. We were up in the helicopter, and as far as we could see, so either side of us, it was about 20 kilometres that we could see, and that whole 20 kilometres was just all water. It was quite a thing to see. Probably something I'll never see again in my lifetime. John Boy, that's no good. It was cold here this morning, but now I'm just walking along in a pair of boardies. So did you get any of that flood water down there, John Boy, from the Channel Country? Oh, the sun's coming out. It's getting quite warm now. Travis, you must be on some good shit, mate. Everything that's happening to you. Ah, yes, you did. So, do you guys live under the ground in Coober Pedy? And do you have some sort of system around the town to stop the water flowing into your homes? There's a couple of birds up there. I don't know if you can hear them. sound quite good. Keep coming around. Do you have a trapdoor to stop the water, or some sort of bunding around your own property to stop the water coming in, John Boy? I've always wanted to get down to Cooper Pedy. Do you do opal mining down that way? Yes, we do need to send a rescue J&J. Okay. So I don't know if you can see directly in front of us, there's a big long wharf there. So that wharf, well, I'll start back a bit further. The south wall of the Tweed River has been stopping the sand moving forward. It's been stabilising the Tweed River. So prawn trawlers, or you call them shrimp boats, go out to sea here and get their prawns. And the Gold Coast has been complaining that the south wall of the Tweed River, which is stabilising the Tweed River, they say it's been stopping the natural sand flow north. So they built that jetty directly in front of us, and when the sand gets to a certain level, the jetty automatically starts pumping the sand, and it pumps it across to the other side of the Tweed River and lets the sand go on its migration north. Oh, you're an opal miner, John Boy. Do I see you on Outback Opal Miners? On, what's that, Fox? Oh, now it is getting hot. That sun is now brutal. Sun just up there. It's 10 to 2 here. Still no eagles. I don't know where they all are. They must be in their nest. So just here, we have a sniper in his ghillie suit. We'll have a look at him when we get up close. So that's actually a pandanus that's been knocked over. That looks like a ghillie suit. He did really camouflage well with that. You can see those trees, 1, 2, they're called Banksia trees. They've all just been washed off the top of the erosion there. So all those trees are just laying over. That's the pandanus tree, or the soldier in his ghillie suit. It is overcast, J&J. It looks like a bit of rain coming from the south now, so looks very black. Down that way, I think I'm going to get wet. I'm glad I bought the umbrella to keep my gimbal and phone and mic dry. So we've got all the erosion there. Okay, let's look back. So that island out there, Cook Island, Fingal Headland down that way. But yes, I think I'm going to get... Yes, it did change quickly. It's moving. There's been a big low down off Sydney, which is 1,000 kilometres to the south of us, and that's been pushing up the coast. So yeah, that's about to hit me. I didn't think I'd get that wet, but I'm sure I'm going to get very wet very shortly. Luckily, I'm just in a pair of board shorts. keep going up the beach. I don't know if you can see the pumping jetty now. And just behind it, you'll see the south wall of the Tweed River. You're having a bad run of luck there, Travis, with all that. I think you've had every natural disaster you could have in the last couple of minutes. Okay. So it looks quite nice up that way. Yeah. There's a lot of salt in the air too, so I hope my lenses on my phone aren't getting too fogged over. Just let me know if the footage is looking a bit hazy. I'll try and clean it for you. So we're nearly there. I've been walking for, let's have a look, 41 minutes. So that's how long it's taken me to walk, what, 2 kilometres? Yeah, you're having a rough go, mate, but hopefully this video footage will cheer you up. There's a jellyfish on the beach, just been washed in. Oh, that is a shocker, mate. So now you've got man-made disasters happening as well as the natural disasters. Not good at all. We have a lot of salt in the air here. So hopefully you can still see. Let's just turn around, look back towards Cook, because that is quite an impressive sky. Look at that. All right, let's keep moving. So still, I'm the only person on this whole entire 3 kilometres of coastline. All right, the sand pumping jetty should be coming into view now. Yes, the rainbow's disappeared. There's a little bit just up there. J&J, very light. Now it's starting to curve a bit more, so the rain is coming. To have that up there. Drive-by shooter just got you. It's not going to be much left of your body. You just slipped on the landmine and a drive-by got you. You must be in the Bronx or somewhere nasty like that. Or what was that movie? Straight Outta Compton. Is that where you're from? Okay, we're nearly here. Ooh, it's getting dark now. I hope you can still see. Let's turn it out that way a bit. Hopefully it'll have a brighten up a little bit. Hopefully it's just my phone that's overheating a bit and it's dimmed it, so hopefully you can still see the picture fairly clearly. Oh, sorry J&J. But that's all the movies we get from America here in Australia. It's always how bad the Bronx is, or how bad it is in California. So I apologise, but that's just the movies we get to see here in Australia. I suppose it's what Big Brother feeds us, isn't it? Travis, mate. Relax, maybe go to bed. Have a rum and coke and just go to bed, mate. Just relax. Okay, we're nearly there. We've got about 800 metres to go, and we're at the south wall. See if I can get there before the hour is up. Yes, I know they lie. Everything's dramatised. We also get those shows like SVU, Special Victims Unit, and all from the tri-state or tri-city, I think they call it. Okay, so a couple hundred metres and we're at the sand pumping jetty. Yes, Janet, he is on something pretty good. Okay, the picture's coming back. That's looking better from my end, so hopefully it's better on your end now too. All right, 300 metres to the sand pumping jetty. So you can, I can see it now, so you can see it. So that's looking quite good. So right out the end of the sand pumping jetty, that's where it sucks the sand from. There's sensors in the water. When those sensors get covered with sand, they know that there's enough sand around the end of the sand pumping jetty to pump sand over to the Gold Coast side. There's a lot of bird life on my left. No black cockatoos and no eagles. So sorry about that. So we'll just move down towards the water a bit, and then you can start to see there's on the other side there you'll see some Norfolk pines and some high rises. So that's the Gold Coast starting when you start to see the high rises. I think he's already seen it. He just hasn't been able to tell us yet with all the other natural disasters, Janet. Or J&J. So we'll just look out to the end of the sand pumping jetty. That jetty goes out about 200 metres, 300 metres. Rather large swell running at the moment. That's coming from the big low pressure and the bad weather down at Sydney and the southern end of Australia at the moment. It's hitting around Victoria, Tasmania, and slightly moving up the coast into Sydney. And now it's coming up to us. And let's just turn around and, oh, look at that. There you go, Janet. There's the rainbow back. Now that looks impressive. And right in the middle of it, we have Cook Island. So how good does that look? That's the full arch now. All joined up. So from that end, from the east, all the way over to the west. And from going from pitch black and looking like we're going to end up in Travis's world, it's now blue sky up there. Look at that. All blue sky. It's all broken up as quickly as what it came. Yes, it is beautiful, Janet. All right, let's keep moving and let's get to the sand pumping jetty. So that's the jetty out wide. And it comes all the way in and it runs inshore on what's called Letitia Spit, which is just a little spit of land. And then it goes into the Tweed River and there's a sand bypass system which pumps it over to the other side. So as I said before, all those high rises up there, that's the start of the Gold Coast. We don't like high rises here in the far north coast of New South Wales, which is good that the councils don't approve too many high rises down here. We have medium rise up to 5 to 7 stories, maybe even a little bit lower than that. Okay, 100 metres, we're at the sand pumping jetty. Let's do a... So that's nearly photo material there. Come back around. Let's try and get that shot with a bit of foreground. There we go. So look at that, bit of foreground, the end of the sand pumping jetty and the beautiful blue sky with some clouds. Fantastic. Let's keep moving. South side of Montana. Isn't Montana landlocked? There's no ocean up there? I might be wrong. I'm not really au fait with all my states in America. Well, I thought Montana was up near the Rocky Mountains, up in the middle of the country. So the tide's starting to come in here. So that's the sand pumping jetty. Eastern Nevada. What's Eastern Nevada? Oh, can't walk around the front there, it's getting too deep. So here's some driftwood. Oh. I'll just turn around and give you the full view of the sand pumping jetty. Let's look straight down the middle of it. Yep, that looks beautiful. So that's impressive. I'm impressed, and I live here. All right, let's keep coming around. Jump over this pipe and we'll head up to the wall. Okay, I'm still the only person on this beach. And the thing is, I've got another hour walk to get back to my car, back at the surf club. Thank you, Janet. It did look good, didn't it? So I don't know what these posts are in front of us. Must tell them how much sand's on the beach. So, can't tell you, but there's this green one on this side and the red one on that side. So if you're coming in, so that'll be left, that'll be your port, the red, and the green will be your starboard side. So there's no light on top, so it's not going to illuminate at night. All right, 200 metres and we're on the south wall of the Tweed River. It's quite a good surf break out there. That's looking impressive now. Doesn't seem that long ago that it was pitch black and it looked like the end of the world as we know it. And now it's all blue sky. A little bit of faint rainbow just there. All right, let's keep going. 57 minutes. Geez, I'm a slow walker today, that's for sure. Looking straight through there, up to the Gold Coast. There's a lot of salt in the air. Hope you can still see. Yes, it is amazing how quickly that sky changed. I'm glad it's changed for the better. I'd hate to be walking into Armageddon, or where nearly how Travis is experiencing his weather at the moment. I'd hate to be copping that. A couple of seagulls on the beach. Hello, elderless tigers. How are you? Oh, there's a person on the wall, so I'm not the only person around at the moment. Someone's built a little structure up there. Some kids having fun over the school holidays, I'd say. Now that's all driftwood up there. Yeah, I think the whatever he's on has finally overtaken him, and now he's sound asleep somewhere. Okay, so this is the south wall of the Tweed River. That looks nice too. We'll go up here through the driftwood. We'll have a look at the Tweed River. So all this stuff here, pumice stone, there's tons and tons of pumice on the beach here. Okay, Tweed River, there we have it. Jump up on this rock and we'll do a big view from, so straight over there, that's Durambar. Around the corner of those rocks is Snapper and the Superbank. That's the Tweed River. We'll look around, we'll pan right around. Yeah, I think think Travis is asleep now, J&J. So that's out the Tweed Bar. So you got fairly flat water out there. When the boats come out, they just head straight out that way. Keep coming around. That's down the wall, the break wall. Sand pumping jetty. And looking down all the way back to where we came from, 3 kilometres away. Well, everybody, this is the end of the line. Thank you for coming on this walk with me. And I'm on holidays at the moment, so stay tuned, and I'll be hopefully putting one out tomorrow, although the weather's supposed to be raining, but Thursday will be fine, so I'm sure I'll do another one Thursday at the minimum. All right, once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.